Welcome to Arise United Devils. In today's news, Manchester United suffer injury blow as Sofyan Amrabat pulls out of Morocco squad. Manchester United's new signing Sofyan Amrabat has dropped out of the Morocco squad through injury. Amrabat joined the Reds with less than half an hour of the transfer window remaining as Erik Ten Hag sought to improve his midfield options. The 27-year-old was pictured for the first time at Carrington this week as he conducted his media obligations and posed for pictures with his new manager. But United fans may be in for a wait to see him in action. In a statement on the Morocco FA's website, they confirmed Amrabat had been replaced in their squad for the two international matches against Liberia and Burkina Faso by Yahya Jeeran. The statement read, "Walid Regragui invited Yahya Jeeran, a player for the Wydad Sports Club, to join the national team as it prepares for the two matches it will play against Liberia in Agadir and Burkina Faso in Lens, France." The national team coach, Mr. Walid Regragui, summoned the player, Yahya Jeeran, to replace the injured Sofyan Amrabat. Reports earlier this week suggested United picked up on a minor back injury during the defensive midfielder's medical, but it was not deemed to be serious, although United are yet to have confirmed this. It is currently unknown how long Amrabat will be on the sidelines for. However, if it is for several weeks, it is yet another blow for the Reds, who are currently experiencing an injury crisis. Kobbie Mainoo and Mason Mount are both out injured in midfield, while Ten Hag is sweating over the fitness of Lisandro Martinez after he was forced off against Arsenal. Luke Shaw, Tyrell Malacia and Raphael Varane are also out with injuries. In transfer news, Manchester United waiting on Turkish clubs for Donny van de Beek transfer. Donny van de Beek could stay at Manchester United until January despite not being included in the 25-man squad for the group stages of the Champions League. Van de Beek isn't moving to Saudi Arabia before tonight's 10 p.m. deadline for the Saudi Pro League, and his only plausible exit route now is to Turkey, with their transfer window open until a week tomorrow, September 15th. Fenerbahce and Galatasaray have shown an interest in the 26-year-old this summer, but a departure isn't seen as definite, even with 8 days left of the transfer window for Turkish Super League clubs. Galatasaray have been interested in a move for Van de Beek for several weeks, but they signed midfielder Tanguy Ndombele on loan from Tottenham on Tuesday, and that could affect their move for the United midfielder. The two clubs are also in the same Champions League group. Fenerbahce could yet present itself as an option for the Holland international. The two clubs have had a fruitful relationship this summer, with Fred moving to Istanbul for €10 million, plus a further €5 million in add-ons, a month ago. United also signed goalkeeper Altay Bayindir from Fenerbahce, activating his €5 million release clause. Van de Beek has been left out of 3 successive matchday squads in the Premier League, with Erik Ten Hag confirming after the defeat at Tottenham he was looking for something else. The decision to leave his former Ajax midfielder out of the Champions League squad is another indicator that he will have no role to play this season, with Sofyan Amrabat signing on deadline day to further strengthen the midfield ranks, while Kobbie Mainoo is on the road back to fitness. United must confirm their 25-man Premier League squad by Wednesday, September 13th, and Van de Beek is also in danger of being left out of that. One unwanted United player has already sealed a move to Turkey this week, with Erik Bailly joining Besiktas on a free transfer late on Tuesday night. United have been looking to offload Van de Beek on a permanent transfer during the summer, but also considered loan interest from Real Sociedad and Lorient, and a temporary departure hasn't been ruled out, although neither has the midfielder remaining at the club until January. More on transfers: Manchester United's ambitious Jadon Sancho transfer clause that saw Saudi Arabia move fall through. Al-Ettifaq's proposed loan move to sign Jadon Sancho fell through after Manchester United inserted an obligation to buy next summer for £50 million. The Saudi Pro League side wanted to bring in Sancho before Thursday's 10 p.m. deadline after the winger was left out of the United squad that suffered a 3-1 defeat at Arsenal. Sancho's future has been left uncertain following his social media response to Erik Ten Hag, who claimed the 23-year-old was dropped because of poor training performances. Sancho claimed he has been made a scapegoat at United and believes there are other reasons to why he was not selected, rather than how he trained. Ten Hag is understood to be bitterly disappointed by Sancho's outburst, and the Dutchman felt let down after working hard to get the attacker back to his best. The possibility of Sancho leaving then emerged on Wednesday, with Al-Ettifaq plotting a surprise switch for the ex-Borussia Dortmund star before the Saudi Arabia transfer window slammed shut on Thursday. Steven Gerrard's side have made an impressive start to the league season, picking up 10 points from a possible 15. And they wanted to add Sancho to their squad, having already signed Jordan Henderson and Demarai Gray from the Premier League this summer. However, a proposed loan move for the England international collapsed after United included an obligation to buy Sancho for £50 million. It's understood that the Saudi club were not willing to agree to those terms. Al-Ettifaq could not afford to pay United's asking price next summer, and a deal was then simply dead. Sancho was said to be open to the idea of moving to the Middle East and working with Liverpool legend Gerrard. Henderson, Gray, Moussa Dembele and Jack Hendry are among Al-Ettifaq's arrivals this summer so far. It's also been claimed that United were willing to part ways with Sancho earlier this summer if a £45 million bid came in, which suggests the club were being ambitious to up their asking price on Thursday. As for Sancho, he is now set to remain at Old Trafford. Since joining the Red Devils from Borussia Dortmund in 2021, Sancho has scored 12 goals in 82 appearances, with his most recent outing coming as a second-half substitute against Nottingham Forest last month. Sancho could face disciplinary action for his comments directed at Ten Hag. In another development, Manchester United's Antony accused by another woman of assault as fresh statement issued. A second woman has come forward with allegations against Manchester United star Antony. The Brazilian has already denied accusations that he assaulted his ex-girlfriend on 2 separate occasions. Antony was subsequently left out of Brazil's most recent batch of international fixtures, as Greater Manchester and São Paulo police conduct an investigation. Now, Ingrid Lana, speaking to Brazilian news outlet Record TV, has accused Antony of attempting to pressure her into having sexual intercourse. Antony has strongly denied the new claims, which are alleged to have taken place during a trip to England in 2022. Ingrid Lana says she was in the country on a business trip when she was invited to the player's house. He tried to have a relationship with me and I didn't want to. He pushed me against the wall, and I hit my head, she said during an interview which will air in full on September 10th. My purpose was just business. Arriving there at his invitation, I realized that he had ulterior motives. I've never been anyone's lover. The fresh accusations come after his ex-partner Gabriel Cavalin alleged that Antony had headbutted and punched her in a hotel room on January 14. She claims to have suffered a cut to her head and a damaged breast implant. Antony, who joined United in 2022 from Dutch club Ajax in an £86 million transfer, has denied the allegations on social media and stated that he's cooperated with the police. He has claimed that he has been falsely accused of assault. His representatives have released a new statement onto news outlet F5 on Thursday which reads, "The player Antony Mateus dos Santos has been the target of unfounded accusations made by his ex-girlfriend Gabriela Cavalin. Antony, through his defenders, has been closely following the police investigations within the scope of the ongoing inquiry at the 5th Police Station for the Defence of Women and trusts in the seriousness of the work of the police authority. The investigation is being carried out in judicial secrecy, with no further comments on its content. In respect for the principle of presumption of innocence, sober, impartial, cautious and professional treatment is expected from the media and the civil police, public prosecutor's office and the Judiciary Act with impartiality and with respect for the right to defense. Antony will remain at the disposal of the police authorities, trusting that, in the end, the truth will prevail with the recognition of his innocence." United released a statement prior to the new allegations, confirming they were taking the initial claims seriously, and would cooperate with any ongoing investigations. Speaking on international duty for his country, Manchester United's Rasmus Hojlund reveals why his parents might not support him in Champions League. Rasmus Hojlund will be determined to fire Man United through the group stages in the Champions League, even if he can't count on the support of his family. The 20-year-old Dane signed for £72 million from Atalanta and, after a knee injury in pre-season, made his debut in the defeat at Arsenal last Sunday. Following the international break, he'll be out to shine in both the Premier League and the Champions League. United have been drawn with Bayern Munich, Galatasaray, and most intriguingly for Hojlund, Copenhagen. The Danish international started out at the club before moving to Sturm Graz in January 2022, only to head to Serie A 6 months later. But his ties to the club remain. The star's 18-year-old brothers, Emil and Oscar, are now on the books of the club. The pair have only made one senior appearance each, but that didn't stop Hojlund immediately getting in touch with his family when the draw was made. "I called my brothers after the draw," Hojlund told reporters, ahead of Denmark's game with San Marino on Thursday. Our parents were a bit divided, because they don't quite know who to stick with, but my brothers and I were like, come on. It was very cool. We are competitive people, and that is also why we are where we are today. Hojlund struck 5 times for Copenhagen before moving on, and admitted he too was excited about the prospect of playing against his ex-club. A dream scenario would be all 3 of the siblings being involved on a memorable Champions League night, whether it be at Old Trafford or Parken Stadium. I'm really looking forward to us meeting each other in the Champions League. Of course, it's great to meet your former club, he added. It's my club at home, but it's not many times you get to meet your brothers in your life. We have to hope that I play, and my brothers play too, but just that the opportunity arises, I think it is cool. The Red Devils start their European campaign with a trip to Bayern, before hosting their old Turkish rivals. Then comes a double-header with the Danish Superliga champions, with the first clash in Manchester on October 24 before the return game on November 8. Fans, what do you think of this latest injury to Sofyan Amrabat? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Till next time, thank you for watching.